Initially, I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively. Then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously. And it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists. Now, spray gunning each other with as much dirt as they can possibly do.
The same PR rep who repped Johnny, who was behind this, Blake sort of saw that as, oh, you're trying to use an Amber Heard tactic, but she didn't even realize, like, that's not a good defense. That means you're guilty because Blake, Amber lied.
Initially, I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively. Then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and absolute weapons-grade narcissist.
Look, I went through the 160-page. Blake Lively is a complete nightmare. She has the audacity to call her husband and Taylor Swift her dragons.
Blake sort of saw that as, oh, you're trying to use an Amber Heard tactic, but she didn't even realize, like, that's not a good defense. That means you're guilty because Blake, Amber lied. Dropped a lawsuit with all his texts, cherry-picked those texts, removed emojis and, like, intent and backstory to these texts.
Literally outright deleted certain sections of the text. Yes. It is so offensive and so...
Hollywood is abuzz with speculation surrounding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, as fresh reports suggest the seemingly perfect couple may be entangled in a high-stakes legal battle. According to Piers Morgan, the dispute centers around a high-profile lawsuit involving actor and director Justin Baldoni, hinting at revelations that could dramatically alter the public's perception of some of the industry's most influential figures. At the heart of the controversy is Justin Baldoni, celebrated for his uplifting acting roles and socially conscious directorial work. Known in Hollywood as a symbol of positivity, Baldoni has consistently championed messages of empathy, self-love, and the responsible use of fame as a force for good. However, the lawsuit has pulled back the curtain on a far more complex and potentially damaging conflict. The legal proceedings threaten not only Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' public image but also place Baldoni's meticulously crafted persona under unprecedented scrutiny. As the case unfolds, insiders suggest that the outcome could have lasting implications across Hollywood, highlighting the fragile line between reputation and reality in Tinseltown.
I mean, as for the drama between them, like, if what he's alleging is true, she sounds like an absolute nightmare. I mean, I get the impression that it's like a prima donna that's come in, tried to take over and hijack the movie, and when she didn't get her way, she brought her much richer, more successful and powerful husband in to lay down the...
The irony is not lost on Hollywood observers. Justin Baldoni, long celebrated for his socially conscious projects and positive public persona, now finds himself embroiled in an unexpected legal storm. What began as quiet whispers among production assistants, camera operators, and behind-the-scenes crew has escalated into a full-blown controversy. Insiders allege that grueling schedules, allegedly unsafe working conditions, and a tense on-set atmosphere pushed crew members to their limits. While Baldoni's PR team has strongly denied these claims, asserting that he maintains an ethical set and was unaware of any extreme conditions, non-disclosure agreements and anonymous accounts suggest a more complicated reality. According to crew testimonies, the high-pressure environment prioritized deadlines and budgets over the basic well-being of staff. These allegations, once confined to hushed conversations off-camera, have now captured the public eye, intensifying the legal and PR challenges for Baldoni. The unfolding drama further intersects with the escalating dispute involving Blake Lively, drawing the attention of both Hollywood insiders and fans alike.
Is this allowed? Like, Blake Lively dropped a lawsuit with all his texts, cherry-picked those texts, removed emojis and, like, intent and backstory to these texts.
Literally outright deleted certain sections of the text.
Whether the accusations against Justin Baldoni will be substantiated remains uncertain, but the chatter has grown too loud to ignore. In Hollywood, lawsuits carry serious weight and can devastate reputations almost overnight. Now, the escalating controversy has unexpectedly drawn Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds into the spotlight. The story took a dramatic turn when Piers Morgan weighed in, delivering revelations that have set social media and industry circles abuzz. He did not hold back, highlighting connections that may not have been immediately obvious to the public. At first glance, the three names, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni, do not naturally intersect in headline-making controversies. However, closer inspection reveals the link. Blake Lively and Baldoni reportedly share mutual industry contacts and have engaged in professional discussions. While these exchanges may not have been tied to a major film project, they were enough to intertwine their professional networks. In Hollywood, overlapping networks are common, but in this case, they have connected Lively and Reynolds to a legal and public relations maelstrom. What began as seemingly separate controversies is now colliding, forming a complex web of legal, personal, and reputational stakes that could reshape public perception of all parties involved.
Imagine how many people in the past have been victim to the kind of stunts that Blake Lively and her husband have pulled, now apparently in conjunction with Taylor Swift, who has oddly decided to distance herself from the couple, which is
Adding Ryan Reynolds into the equation complicates matters even further. Known for his witty, hyper-charming persona and credited with turning Deadpool into a billion-dollar phenomenon, Reynolds' public image is meticulously curated and highly influential. Together with Blake Lively, the couple has cultivated a reputation for championing charitable causes, social justice initiatives, and philanthropic events. Their social media presence often reinforces this image, featuring inspiring quotes, calls to action, donations to relief funds, and pointed commentary on societal hypocrisy. These posts regularly make headlines and cement their standing as Hollywood's socially conscious power couple. Yet, when news of Justin Baldoni's lawsuit broke, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were conspicuously silent. No tweets, no Instagram posts, and no public statements addressed the allegations. This unexpected radio silence caught the attention of Piers Morgan, who framed it as a shocking lack of response, given the couple's usual advocacy and outspoken moral stances. For fans and followers, the contrast was striking. A pair typically vocal about every cause suddenly vanished amid controversy involving someone in their professional orbit. Whether intentional or not, this absence has fueled speculation, intensified public scrutiny, and left many wondering why Hollywood's golden couple chose silence in the face of serious allegations.
Justin Baldoni and the producer tried to harass this woman, this mad hatter who no sane man would go near with a 10-foot barge pole. It is so offensive and so ridiculous.
Fans have been left confused and even betrayed, questioning whether Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds only speak out when it's convenient. Enter Piers Morgan, whose commentary has added fuel to an already intense fire. Known for his blunt honesty and for thriving on controversy, Morgan turned his attention squarely to the Hollywood power couple, delivering a scathing critique that has gone viral. Morgan accused Lively and Reynolds of staging a Hollywood fakery stunt, implying that their philanthropic image is largely performative. He highlighted their flawless red carpet appearances, witty social media posts, and charitable contributions, contrasting this with their conspicuous silence regarding Justin Baldoni's lawsuit. According to Morgan, those who preach social responsibility cannot simply opt out when controversy hits close to home. He went so far as to label the couple weapons-grade narcissists, suggesting their silence is motivated by brand protection rather than moral responsibility. The commentary extended beyond Lively and Reynolds. Morgan drew parallels between Reynolds' iconic Marvel persona, Deadpool, and his real-world response, suggesting a disconnect between the anti-hero's irreverent, justice-seeking personality and Reynolds' cautious silence amid allegations of exploitation and mistreatment. Critics argue it represents a potential betrayal of the irreverent spirit fans admire. Opinions remain split. Some dismiss Morgan's critique as sensationalism, while others see logic in expecting moral consistency from public figures who portray heroic characters. Adding another layer, rumors suggest that Taylor Swift, a close friend of Blake Lively, is quietly distancing herself from the unfolding scandal. While no official statements have been made, speculation suggests Swift may be protecting her brand from potential PR fallout or maintaining separation from the media frenzy sparked by Morgan's commentary. This is notable, as Swift has navigated her own high-profile controversies with careful control over her public image, raising questions about whether her caution signals insider knowledge or simply strategic distancing. Meanwhile, other Hollywood figures appear to be quietly choosing sides. Some publicly defend Baldoni, praising his philanthropic work, while others emphasize alleged production mistreatment as a serious issue. Social media has become a battleground. Hashtags like #TeamBlakeAndRyan, #StandWithBaldoni, and #PiersMorganWasRight are trending, reflecting the intense debate between supporters, critics, and neutral observers. Amid it all, Blake and Reynolds remain silent, a strategy that may backfire in an era where celebrity silence is rarely ignored. The legal implications are significant. While Hollywood scandals are often dismissed as superficial, the Baldoni case differs. Allegations of labor violations and unsafe working conditions could spark industry-wide scrutiny, prompting studios to revise protocols ranging from working hours and safety measures to crew management practices. If substantiated, this lawsuit could reshape accountability standards and operational norms across the industry, making every statement and alliance in this saga critically important. The potential ripple effects extend to anyone associated with Baldoni, including Lively and Reynolds. Even without legal culpability, reputational damage is a real risk in Hollywood, where perception can outweigh reality. For Reynolds, who has multiple high-profile projects in development, Morgan's commentary and the surrounding controversy may influence studios' marketing and casting decisions. Ultimately, the unfolding drama highlights a core tension in modern celebrity culture: the balance between personal integrity and brand management. High-profile figures who frequently promote social justice and philanthropic causes face growing expectations to maintain consistent moral stances, particularly when controversies arise within their own networks. As the Baldoni lawsuit continues, Hollywood and the public will be watching closely, with reputations, careers, and industry norms all hanging in the balance. Celebrity culture extends far beyond films, awards, and magazine covers. In today's era, it is deeply intertwined with activism, moral posturing, and philanthropic visibility, all amplified by social media. Stars routinely post messages about global crises, advocate for equal pay, or denounce bullying, connecting with fans who value authenticity. However, when that authenticity is called into question, audiences quickly scrutinize potential hypocrisy. The case of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds exemplifies this tension. Both frequently advocate for human rights and fair treatment, yet remained silent amid a high-profile labor lawsuit involving Justin Baldoni, prompting fans to question whether their activism is selective or performative. Piers Morgan has seized on this perceived gap between image and action, highlighting what he frames as selective advocacy. Legally, celebrities are under no obligation to speak out, but many argue that promoting oneself as a champion of justice carries a moral responsibility. Silence, in such circumstances, risks being interpreted as prioritizing self-preservation over principle. In the age of viral hashtags and rapid online discourse, audiences are quick to detect performative virtue signaling, and half-hearted statements or canned apologies are no longer sufficient. The burning question now is how or if Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds will respond. Their actions could shape the trajectory of the saga and influence public perception of their moral credibility. Meanwhile, Baldoni's lawsuit continues to evolve, with potential ramifications for Hollywood's behind-the-scenes labor practices. The couple's ongoing silence only heightens public curiosity. Will they issue a strategic statement, challenge the claims, or gamble that the controversy fades? Each day without comment increases the stakes, as new revelations, leaked communications, or insider accounts could emerge. The broader discussion this case sparks is significant. Are Morgan's critiques valid, or is he leveraging controversy for attention? How responsible should celebrities be when controversies arise within their professional circles? Is there a double standard in Hollywood activism, or is it unreasonable to expect stars to address every emerging scandal in a fast-moving, legally complex industry? Though the answers remain uncertain, one thing is clear: this case may set a precedent for celebrity accountability and redefine public expectations of moral engagement in Hollywood. With Piers Morgan continuing to weigh in, the saga is far from over, and its impact could ripple across the entertainment industry in ways few have anticipated.